Welcome back, all you Fabricans and Fleshbags, to the super, not funny show, Supercast. The Supercast, where we talk about all things superhero in our pop culture media, and that's, of course, TV shows, movies, video games, and we talk about news and a little speculation, all that good nerdy stuff. I am Mo de Poupée, your resident fabricant and comment extraordinaire on all things pop culture. And I'm flying solo again this week. Lottie unfortunately had some family business that kind of tied him up this week. So you just got me. And, don't applaud or boo too hard, y'all. But try to hold it down without Lottie this week. So anyway, it's unfortunately, it's a very busy week this week to not have Lottie here. And so we'll probably talk about some of this in passing next week. When he returns, but it was D23 this last weekend, and big news, or was it, from Marvel, and also, not to be outdone, DC had a little stuff going on too. So D23 is going to be our main focus this week. But before we get to that, we do have a few other things. I want to talk about the new Black Adam trailer that just dropped on, I believe it was Friday, Thursday or Friday. We're going to talk about the oldest actor to ever be in an MCU anything. And I want to bring in a weekly dunk, the weekly dunk this week. Brie Larson took The Rock to the hole on a whole bunch of haters, and I'm here for it. So besides that, lots of D23 things. So, man, let's just jump into it. See how far we can get. Okay? All right, so... let's talk about the oldest actor to ever be in the MCU. This is last week on She-Hulk episode number 4 that played the assistant to Donnie Blaze, the wannabe Chris Angel that was plaguing Wong in She-Hulk episode 4, and played by Leon Lamar, who as of today is 104 years old, but was probably 102, 103 when this show was filming. Which, damn, that's amazing. On the real, if you watch the episode, I would have said he was a bit older than Morgan Freeman, who I believe is in his 80s. 103, 104, that is amazing, to be honest. Didn't look like he had a problem. He looked spry. He was funny as kind of like the sidekick there. The man did his thing. And so I really just wanted to bring this up because holy hell, we should all be so lucky if we could be 104 years old and acting and moving and, getting around and everything. Heck yeah. That's dude, respect, respect, elder. You did that. And you were great in your role, man. Like, heck yeah. So, kudos to him. Thanks, Marvel, for, having him in. And it would be great to see him show up again later. I'm just asking, like, for whatever reason, have this guy, Leon Lamar, show up again. So, anyway, that was cool. I just thought that was a fun and interesting thing. I wanted to, we've had our on here, trash takes of the week, and I thought that there's a counter to that, which is the dunk of the week, and that's where we or somebody else straight dunks on a fool when it comes to superhero stuff, because there's a lot of dumb people saying dumb things that need to get straight dunked on. And this week, courtesy of Brie Larson, we got the dunk of the week. Brie Larson, she was she's doing media or whatever because of D23. Out in Anaheim over the last weekend, and as a part of that, she's there for the Marvels because that's coming up next summer, and they are still in the process of working on that. And she was on stage with Iman Vellani and Tiana Paris, and Nia DaCosta, who's the director, and of course Kevin Feige and everything. And then they took press photos. And, the ladies behind this, Tiana, Iman, Nia, and Brie took photos, and she posted to her Twitter and I suppose Instagram or whatever, and said trolls combust, and so taking straight shots at the hate mongers, the fundamentalists, lame ass dudes, and women, I suppose, because there are a bunch of them too, who can't seem to keep her name out of their mouths. Like she living rent free up as they say, living for free up in their world. And they use that to drive clicks and everything because they some bitches. Let's just call it like it is. They just bitch ass. But this was like going hard. But if that wasn't enough, she also was asked, I believe it was Variety or about when's the next time we're gonna see you in an MCU thing? Because obviously it's going to be the Marvels. But after that, when's the next time? And she was like, "Oh, I don't know. Does anybody want me?" And that's a straight again, shooting straight shots at the haters, because hear them tell it. No one ever wants to see her. She was only in $1 billion movie. She was only a big part of Avengers Endgame, but nobody wants to see her movie, right? Foolishness. Y'all haters, y'all gotta find something else. I mean, I guess if you're one of these grifters out here and that's your whole thing is you're selling hate to a bunch of mediocre ass dudes that are people that are just mad because they can't see someone who's kowtowing to them. I guess if you're one of these guys and you're making money off of it, I guess it's better than selling crack. I mean, you're still you're still corrupting a whole bunch of people and turning them into like shells of normal people. But if that's how you make your money, do your thing. But for all y'all that just you're stuck on the Brie Larson hate wagon, why don't you go fucking find something to do with your life that's actually productive? How about that? Maybe find something else to direct your energy at. Because Brie Larson is doing just fine, and that's why she dunked on you. So have fun with that. So anyway, kudos to Brie Larson. Keep letting the haters know that you're dusting that bullshit off your shoulders. Lastly, I do want to talk about before we get to the D23 stuff. I want to talk about this trailer for Black Adam that dropped, like I said, I believe on Thursday, in advance of D23. Because I mean, why would you drop a trailer anytime during the weekend when clearly Marvel was going to take up all of the oxygen and whatever? So smart move, or was it? I don't. I'm curious because I really like this trailer. It's basically the third time we've seen this, but it's essentially the first damn trailer with some added shit to it. As much, and I like this. Here's the thing: is I actually quite like this version of it, mainly because it sort of lets you know a little bit about what maybe is going on. That the JSA and Black Adam are actually going to probably come to blows. But the way it is, I mean, it's the superhero thing. That two people who are going to eventually team up, they fight first. That's just the thing. But we also, it makes you wonder: is this in the DC multiverse? The JSA seems to be established. The heroes are running around. But to be fair, in Peacemaker and in the Suicide Squad, it assumes that there are superheroes and supervillains running around. Even though, we don't really get that so much from Wonder Woman or the, Aquaman or even from the Justice League. But that seems to be the case, that they're assuming, yes, that the Suicide Squad's version of, of the universe is the one. But all that said, everyone looks pretty damn cool in here. I liked Cyclone. I liked, Hawkman looks cool. They've really showed Dr. Fate doing like a Doctor Strange-ish, sort of thing. He looks pretty dang cool. Of course, Dwayne Johnson looks awesome. And they revealed what looks like to be a villain. I would assume some sort of demonic or magical something. I don't know. I'm not up on DC stuff enough to know who the hell that was. But that all looked pretty cool, and hey, I mean, of course I'm going to go see it. Of course Lottie's going to go see it. You know, if you're any semi interest, if you're listening to this, you're probably going to go see it too because you know you like superhero stuff. Um, I just don't know that this was a needle moving trailer for other people. Maybe if they hadn't seen the other trailers, I'd really like to know somewhat what the hell this is about. I mean, yes, Black Adam, maybe he's going to save the world. Cool, I guess. So I don't know. I think they could probably put out one more trailer and actually make it a little more vital, so people know why the hell they're going to go see this movie. Besides Dwayne Johnson being a superhero, that's just a thought. So anyway, I am excited. So we'll see. It's coming out later on this year, I believe November or October or November. So it's coming up pretty soon. All right, so that's all the news, I guess, for this week before we get into D23. So if you guys maybe thought I missed something, you think there's something you had to say about these little news items, get down to the comment section. Let me know your thoughts. Of course, you can always hit me up, supernotfunnyshow@gmail.com or at supernotfunnys1 on Twitter. All right, it's time for all D23 for the rest of this show. And good God, there's a lot. But let's actually talk about like the general buzz of D23. Obviously, they had Lucasfilm and Star Wars and everything. They had regular Disney stuff. There's a lot of stuff that kind of came out that they were talking about as far as what Disney's got coming, including not just the movies and TV and everything, but also the theme parks. They're adding Avengers. Expanding stuff on Avengers Campus out in California. I'm assuming eventually in Florida. Big things there. They have this new attraction coming that's going to have a variant of Thanos that won the whole Infinity Saga bit. So that might be pretty interesting. They're really leaning hard into Marvel for good reason, man. Look, it's obvious that among the Disney stable, as far as their studios and what they are, the most consistent money makers. Marvel makes money no matter what, and so expanding its physical presence at the parks only makes sense. Everybody wants to dap Thanos or do the Wakanda Forever salute to the Dora. Or the kids they want to go and have their Hulk gloves and actually feel like they're doing something. So I mean, yeah, it all makes sense to me. Like they're pouring big money into it because they see dollar bills and Moneybags Mickey. That's he Moneybags Mickey. He goes where the cash is. So it sounds interesting and all that, but I know y'all don't give a damn about that. Y'all care about what's going on with the movies and with the TV and Marvel. And so Feige got up on stage and look, hear other people tell it. This is super disappointing. Like this, oh man, they didn't say anything. It's they dropped the ball, they missed the mark, all this other stuff. And I don't feel that way. To be honest. Okay, look. Yeah, we've been talking about what they might be talking about. We've been talking about Fantastic Four and all this other stuff, Blade and all. There's all these, people been hyped themselves up for Fantastic Four and didn't get it. What they got was, Matt Shakman has been confirmed to direct. Which, I mean, first of all, y'all should be happy about that because Matt Shakman he's proven himself to know what the hell he's doing. And it's nice to get to see him do a big budget kind of tentpole Marvel thing, and I'm glad that they locked him up, and I'm glad that he said no to Star Trek in favor of this. That's good. I feel like they have a good idea and everything, but let's consider the fact that hey, maybe they just didn't have the cast ready. They didn't reveal the Fantastic Four cast because they haven't locked it down. That's entirely possible, So we were expecting that, didn't get it. Maybe they're not ready. It's cool, man. There's like a million other Marvel things going on right now. We didn't get X-Men. Again, they don't have a director. I bet they don't have a script. They don't have none of that. Why would they reveal anything about X-Men if they don't have anything? Like we got to get over this idea that, our expectations. We're demanding that they do stuff. They're not ready. It'll be ready when it's ready. Same thing with Deadpool. We know they're working on it, and like, it's not that big a deal that Ryan Reynolds didn't come out and talk about Deadpool. They ain't ready to talk about it. I bet the script's not even done. They have a director. No, they're not ready. And the whole Henry Cavill thing, y'all, how many times are we going to be waiting on Henry Cavill to show up for anything? Maybe they're talking to them, maybe they're not. Like, wait, I say stop. Let's not be mad about stuff that we are expecting and we don't get, because they never said that they were going to do any of that stuff. That's just us, being fans and getting all, jumping ahead of the game, and we can't be doing that. So I wasn't disappointed. Like if they'd said, oh well, they didn't say anything about Fantastic Four. I'm like, well, that sucks, but whatever. They're talking about all these other things. So to that effect, they had a bunch of casts come out. Like they had the Marvel cast of stuff we know that's coming out of the Marvels. They talked. They had Black Panther stuff going on. They had Ironheart. They were just running through a bunch of things. They had the cast of Quantumania. These are things that are coming up. They're trying to hype all that stuff up. So that's good stuff. Oh, they had Don Cheadle came out and he talked about Armor Wars. That he's going to be in the Secret Invasion show, but he's going to have a 6-episode Armor Wars show that they're going to start filming next year. That's good. Look, we knew it was coming. They're just confirming things are happening. And I like that. I like to see, first of all, that Don Cheadle's still doing, he's still doing things in the MCU because apparently his contract's up. So he just does he can do whatever he feels like doing. He's not contractually obligated to do anything anymore. That's cool. Take that as a good thing, not a bad thing. Then he can, if something interesting comes up, it won't just be throwing him into something. The whole bit about Ironheart's awesome. We haven't even seen Ironheart yet. She's coming up in Wakanda Forever. We've seen her in the trailer, but her own TV show. People were like, why are they even making this? You know why? Because it's awesome. That's why. I don't even really know the character, but the fact that the Hood, is the villain in that, and it's going to be a technology versus magic thing. That's, man, how can y'all be excited about that? She's got her Ironheart suit that she's going to be flying around fighting a guy who's got a magical shroud that lets him travel, and he uses magic and shit. Like, what's not to like there? Like that, it's really cool just having them up there and talking about that, and having Anthony Ramos up there, confirmed as being Parker Robbins, the Hood, and Feige talking about that this conflict, and I think that's something I'm really excited about, really looking forward to. They had, they showed some footage for many things also, which we can't see because we weren't there. They're not going to put that footage out. This is similar to like CinemaCon and other things where you have to be there to see this stuff. But they did have some trailer descriptions. Like they talked to to the cast of Quantumania, which is again coming out. I want to say Ant-Man and the Wasp is coming out. Is it in the spring? I'm not. It's coming out, but I want to say it's coming out before the Marvels, which is next July. But either way, they are. They were talking about, and Kang and all that, and the description of the whole thing was essentially, that Kang is going to kidnap Cassie Lang, and use her as basically leverage to get Scott Lang to go steal something from somebody that apparently Kang in all his power can't. And so this, and also that, Feige says that this springs directly into Avengers: The Kang Dynasty. So you're talking about this movie right here. 2 years later, there's going to be the springboard into that, into that movie. And apparently, Kang, they if you've heard before that he's like, did I kill you before or something like that? So clearly he's a powerful, badass guy, and he's gonna make Scott work for him. Should be pretty cool. I'm really looking forward to that. I think it's gonna honestly, you know, I think it's time for Ant-Man to like I don't want to say be taken seriously, but given a lot more respect than he has been given in terms of box office or whatever in the MCU. And I hope that this really kind of steps him up to that next level. The near $1 billion club. That'd be cool. We also had the Captain America New World Order was talked about. They brought out Anthony Mackie and the other members of the cast. Kind of a big deal. They bring in the leader, from the Edward Norton Hulk. They're bringing in the guy that played the leader. So we're gonna have a Hulk villain being here, and apparently this is a spy thriller, like probably more in the line with like the Winter Soldier or something like that. That's the sort of where they're going. New World Order. That makes sense from the title. But we're also gonna get a new Falcon to go along with the new Captain America. And it sounds really awesome. I also believe they said that they cast the Israeli hero Sabra in here, and so there's been speculation: is this going to bring mutants in because she is a mutant in the comics? I doubt it. Like that doesn't seem to be the way they're going to bring. People keep trying to figure out ways to bring mutants into it. Doesn't always have to be mutants. Like honestly, I really, really, really doubt it. But that they have no footage or whatever. They're just talking about where they're headed with this particular show. Just having the leader in there, that's actually just awesome. Just because it's good to see Hulk, kind of be more, or at least Hulk's pantheon, if you will, or rogue gallery go along around the MCU more. We also had. Well, this is one of the big things for me. Well, actually, probably one of my biggest pop-off moments when I was, reading about this as the news came out. I popped off about this, was about the Thunderbolts, the cast and the characters revealed. We gotta dig into this because a lot of people been kind of bitching about this lineup because I guess lack of diversity and power sets. You know what? Who gives? I'm going to say this on the real. Who kind of cares that there's a bunch of crossovers and skill sets, power sets, or whatever? Nobody was complaining about that when Bucky and Cap were fighting side by side. They literally have the exact same power set, right? In Black Widow, nobody had any different power sets. Like, just chill out on that. Or how about this? Natasha and Clint are literally this exact same. They fill the exact same role within the Avengers, and nobody was like, "Oh, why? Well, we need to be less one of them." That's ridiculous. Need to be worried about who's on the team and why they would be the team to put together. So the thing is, the Avengers weren't. Didn't they prove that in the movies that the Avengers were not the answer to every fucking problem that they encountered? Having a diverse power set didn't make them better at anything. They screwed up. Having a diverse power set doesn't necessarily work as well as having the right people for the right job. And clearly, the Contessa, she's going to be pointing them in the direction where all their skill sets make the most sense, which indicates something about the Thunderbolts. Now let's talk about this lineup so you'll get what I mean. That there must be a very specific kind of threat that they're going to be dealing with if you have these people. So, first of all, confirming some of our speculation about this from over the last couple weeks as we knew about the Thunderbolts, is that Yelena, which I love the fact she's front and center. She probably is going to lead, which is interesting because she's the youngest. I think she's probably about the youngest out of all these people. I don't care. Yelena needs to lead. She's awesome. She's one of my favorite, characters that's been added to the MCU in Phase 4. I love Florence Pugh. I think she's just killing the game right now, and I'm glad she's gonna, apparently be leading. But also, her pseudo father, Red Guardian. So David Harbour's making his return. Let me just say, that's awesome. Red Guardian's if we can't have Captain America, let's have Red Guardian. He's so good in Black Widow. It would have been criminal to let him languish on the sidelines. Love to see him back. David Harbour is great in that role. You got fake Captain America. We're gonna fake Captain America is coming back. U.S. agent, played by Wyatt Russell. I am happy that this is happening. At the end of Falcon and the Winter Soldier, I thought it was clear that they were going to set him up to redeem himself after his, lapse of judgment. So good, and also clearly he's signed up with the Contessa, just like Yelena is. We also have Taskmaster. So Taskmaster, who we saw previously, was deprogrammed. No longer is just a weapon to be pointed at somebody, and a chance to redeem that character who, let's just say, was not given much justice in terms of most people were expecting the more villainous, wisecracking mercenary for hire Taskmaster, as opposed to this one that we got, who's a woman that's in a suit that sort of by technology copies stuff. So I'll be interested to see her, simply because I want her to be redeemed and like a better, more justice done to the character. We also have Hannah John Kamen returning as Ghost from Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania. Hopefully her ghosting problem is under control now. That would make the most sense. She is. I don't want to say she's not going to be a heavy hitter, but she is definitely going to be one of the higher powered, more vital characters, because she has a power that literally nobody else can do. And she can get in and out of stuff. And of course, in the comics, Ghost was kind of a corporate espionage sort of character. We'll be interested to see what they do with her. And finally, this is a huge get to me. Sebastian Stan makes his return as the Winter Soldier, White Wolf, whatever you want to call him. Why wouldn't you be happy about that? The man is legendary in the MCU, and he's, as Sebastian said, probably the most stable out of all of them. I think so, after being deprogrammed and everything like that. He's trying to find his way in the world, and he and Winter Soldier, he and U.S. Agent, they have had dealings in the past. Probably they buried that. Also, I do believe Yelena and Red Guardian have both crossed paths with him in the past. So that should be very interesting. Possibly even Taskmaster. Should be very interesting. So overall, I love this lineup. Don't give a damn that they got 3 super soldiers in there. I really don't care about the fact. Good. You know what y'all should really be paying attention to? They're all spec ops people who have no problem with killing people. So obviously they're going to be doing some dirty deeds. They're going to be, and probably not because of the Contessa's there, probably not done cheap either. But they are definitely going to be doing, some wet work, and I'm there for it. I'm ready to see that. That's awesome. Super excited about that. So that's, I guess I'd say that's all the news. I mean, there's more stuff going on. There's beyond that. But I really wanted to get around to talking about the trailers that dropped in conjunction with this, with the D23 thing. So we have a bunch. There was a trailer for the Midnight Suns video game, which, yes, it's still actually being worked on. It is actually coming out. They set a day. I do believe it's coming out in October. It's an XCOM style game. Uh, and they also actually, let me backtrack a little bit. They did also announce a video game, Black Panther and Captain America video game set in World War II, in which T'Challa's grandfather and Steve Rogers team up to fight some Nazis. Um, what's not to like about that? First of all, Nazis are the villain that keeps on giving. There's never a time when you can't put a Nazi in something and not, be happy that the good guys are kicking that ass. Sounds well. First of all, we don't really know what kind of game it is. I'm still trying to figure that out. But I do know that Mark Bernard is on the writing team and that they're taking it very seriously. And hey, I'm down with it. Literally, if it's gonna be, you know, Black Panther and Captain America teaming up to kick ass, what else do you want? So that sounds cool. But it's not titled yet. But we'll let you know when they have titles. The Midnight Sun trailer, like I said, it does indicate that they're getting closer to the release. It looks pretty cool. I mean, I don't know that I care much for the whole idea of making your own character that's going to be fighting side by side with Wolverine and Spider-Man. But it does look pretty interesting. I don't know if it's my type of game, though. I'm not really sure if that's for me, but it looks cool, and I'll probably watch the cutscenes or whatever. And they are having like a little short prequel to sort of set up the game that should be coming out shortly. We also had Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur. And it sets a release date in February, so it's coming out 5-6 months from now. That's one of my highly anticipated things that's coming out in the coming year. It is not an MCU related thing. It is not Marvel, Disney animation or Marvel animation. But it looks very cool, very much in the style of the comics. Should be something good in all ages for everybody to watch. So you guys check that out when it comes out in February. So now let's get down to the trailers that were my shit. Again, there are a couple pop-off moments for me, but watching these two trailers were really it for me. So we'll do them. We'll do the Werewolf by Night first. Werewolf by Night is the Marvel Halloween special that they were hinting at last year, and they finally given it a name, Werewolf by Night. It is going to be just a special one episode special that's going to air in October of this year. Directed by Michael Giacchino. Giacchino, am I saying that right? Who is more known for being a composer. He did the music for The Batman, among other things. But he's trying his hand at directing here. And I wasn't quite sure what to expect out of this. I would not have bet on, Hammer horror, monster horror / grindhouse monster flick. I would never have bet on that. Or maybe it was just the affectation of the trailer or something, but they very much played it like a grindhouse sort of monster thing. And I love that style. My God, I absolutely love the whole aesthetic of grindhouse. But the fact that they lean so hard into it, like even down to, camera angles and, the way shots are, close-up shots, zoom-in shots, the dolly shots of moving in on someone, the lighting. It was in black and white. Not sure if the whole thing is actually going to be in black and white or color, but it was in black and white. And it's, even down to like, I feel almost like the lenses on the camera, just like it's a little gauzy in some places. They don't seem to be skimping on blood or anything like that. They very much seem to be doing practical effects. So you're not necessarily getting CG stuff so much as you're getting like, someone in a costume or whatever. It looks fucking amazing. Like, it looks like something I didn't know I wanted, but now that I see it, I absolutely want that, and I will take no substitute. Because dang it, it looks cool. It looks like um, I don't even want to say American Werewolf in Paris, but like something like that. And they are also giving deep cuts to Marvel fans. The Bloodstones are in there. There's clearly someone pointed out like Zombie might be one of the they even have Man Thing in there. Can you believe that Man Thing? Like there's speculation about this months ago when they were talking about they started filming this, but that's just crazy that they're making this. And I've heard some people complaining about this. I don't understand that. Like, one of the big complaints about Marvel that I keep hearing and reading online and everything is that there's everything the same. Everything the same. Marvel shows the same, But when they try to deviate from the formula, do different things, do new things like She-Hulk, they get people. They got these same people that complain about the sameness of Marvel complaining about the newness of Marvel too. And I'm like, what do you want? Like this show is obviously going to deviate, at least in terms of style, uh, significantly from the quote typical Marvel formula. In terms of how it's going to look, how it's going to play out. Hell, whatever happens in this show may not even be that important within the context of the MCU. It may be connected, but only just so. Or maybe it will tie together the supernatural side of the MCU. We don't know. It could just be something fun and interesting that plays with toys that Marvel has in its sandbox. That should be good. We should be happy and looking forward to that. But like I said, for me personally, ticked all the boxes. I loved it. I cannot wait to see this show. It's coming up next month in October, so looking forward to that. And finally, the trailer that really got me out of my seat, like for real got me out of my seat. I had to pause and rewind and all that stuff, was that Secret Invasion trailer. Now, which apparently came from CinemaCon from a month or two ago, but we finally got to see it, and my God, is it excellent. Like, let's talk about, again, in terms of the MCU formula, so to speak, how they're trying to really give us something different from that. And this right here is like it's like a political thriller and an invasion of the body snatchers and just like in the MCU. And it's clear that they are not going to spend a ton of time in this. At least I feel like it, doing a whole bunch of super powered flying around CGI stuff. This is very much Sam Jackson leading a bunch of people that are doing practical in front of the camera work. We got to see, Ben Mendelsohn, of course, as Talos, Kingsley Ben-Adir as one of the enemy Skrulls, and an amazing little sequence in which a bunch of different Skrulls take on that look. Amelia Clark shows up. I don't know who she is just yet. Olivia Colman, presumably as a British agent, leading a team trying to figure out what's going on. Kobe Smulders makes a return. We got Don Cheadle up in there. And just like I said, Sam Jackson just looking grizzled and ready to, root these fools out. There's going to be a lot of there's action, but a lot of it seems very practical. And I can't wait. That whole trailer, I didn't know what we were going to expect from this. And I don't really think that we're going to see a ton of oh shoot, Ant-Man's really a Skrull or I don't think we're going to see a ton of that, but we are definitely going to see some people we know, I think, that have been in the MCU are probably going to be Skrulls. Very interested in this. Hyped, really. It's not coming out till next year, but super hyped for it. I think it might be one of the best MCU shows. Just crossing my fingers that it will be, because the Skrulls deserve some. They deserve some justice. They were kind of nerfed a bit in Captain Marvel. This really shows that they actually are kind of badass. And they are a threat, and that not all Skrulls are the same, and some of them could be just bad guys. and I will see how much of that Secret Invasion storyline from the comics made its way into this. So overall, again, D23 disappointed a bunch of people because it didn't provide them the things that they were expecting. But I think in terms of actually showing and really pumping up, priming the pump, if you will, for the upcoming slate, I think they did a great job. I think that they really gave us a lot to look forward to be excited about. Marvel at Disney, the future looks very bright for it. And we have so much coming in the future. I'm just, as a Marvel fan, there's no reason to be upset about anything. D23, I think, delivered quite well. So, but anyway, what did you guys think about D23? Did it meet your expectations? Did it disappoint? Did it go above and beyond for you? What were you excited about? All of that stuff. And did you agree with my assessment about it or disagree? Let me know down in the comments section. Just leave your thoughts there. And of course, if you'd like, you can always hit me up, supernotfunnyshow@gmail.com or at supernotfunnys1 on Twitter. We can chop it up. And, while you're in the clicking mood, get down there, hit that like button. Helps out with the algorithm, helps more people to see this podcast, this show on YouTube. And of course, you can always hit that notification bell, let you know when we drop new content. We do that every week. This podcast plus plenty of reviews. And also hit that subscribe button. Join the Super Not Funny Show family. Help grow this channel. Try to push that subscriber count up. Try to provide you more and more cool stuff to listen to here on the podcast. All right, all you Fabricants and Fleshbags, thanks once again for joining me this week when I'm flying solo on this, the 68th episode of the Supercast. Really appreciate it. Thanks for showing all the love. Thanks for the new subscribers. Glad to have you here. Hope that you'll stick around for this channel. So, all right, join me next week. Episode 69 is coming. That's wow. Shouldn't have said it that way, but hey, maybe it's a good way. So anyway, I've been Mo De Pupe, resident fabricant and comment extraordinaire on all things pop culture. And I'll see you guys on the other side of the thread. Peace.